Hello, everyone. It's good to be here. It's my first ever public speech on behalf of SIANI. And I'm thrilled and honored to tell you today about what we have been up to for the past 3 years. I would also like to use this opportunity to express my gratitude to the team of people that I'm working with together. Thank you, my team at SIANI. Thank you so much. So, as I said, it's my first public speech during my work with SIANI. It is also my first job after graduation from university and finishing up my master's studies with 2 degrees. I had no clue what I'm going to work with. So I'm very happy to tell you today that I'm certain that I'm in the right place and in the right time. I'm also certain that Zero Hunger Challenge and work through sustainable food systems and caring about nature and about people is paramount for sustainable development, and that food security is at the heart of achieving the 2030 agenda. And I believe that we are going to achieve our goals by working together in partnerships and through networks like SIANI. And communication in all shapes and forms is at the heart of this approach. Because how else are we going to achieve our goals without establishing a common understanding about our troubles and the ways of getting out of them? So when I started to work at SIANI as an intern in 2012, we had 700 members, and we didn't have Facebook or Instagram, and we had only 300 followers on our Twitter account. And as I looked yesterday, according to Google Analytics, only about 6,000 people visited our website in 2012. Today, SIANI website is visited by 26,000 people annually. And our Twitter feed has just surpassed 3,500 followers and was mentioned by The Guardian among the top 10 feeds to follow for the news about agriculture and sustainable food security. 1,200 people engage with us on Facebook, and our Instagram that we just rolled out in spring last year has 250 followers and is constantly growing. Our membership base has more than doubled, and people come from our website from all over the world. I think the only 3 white spots that I found yesterday is Western Sahara, Eritrea, and Turkmenistan. And we, otherwise you can see that we are covering the entire world. Here are the countries that visit our website the most. And I'm happy to see that it's a range of countries from Western Europe, the US, the UK, and also many countries from Africa and Asia. One of the distinct features of the networks, and what really fascinates me, is the ability to do more with less, is the ability to pull out resources and make big progress leaps with fairly low investments. And I will try to explain it to you better with the impact stories that we prepared for this meeting. So the first story I want to share is the story about our work on antimicrobial resistance. It's a really big deal. The Declaration on Action on Antimicrobial Resistance was adopted by the General Assembly of the United Nations in September 2016. the first time that the heads of states agreed on such a high level to track and monitor the use of antibiotics in our food production, and Sweden, as the global leader in this field, was leading the negotiations and made a lot to put this agreement into force. On our side in SIANI, we were supporting the work of Swedish government, working together with our partner at the SLU, or the Swedish University of Agricultural Sciences, to foster public discussion through our events. And the work started, I think, with the visit of FAO Director General to Uppsala in 2015 and continued throughout the year at our events in Almedalen and World Water Week. And I think it reached its highest point, at least for me, at the 43rd session of the World Committee on Food Security and the FAO headquarters in Rome. Another story that I want to share is the creation and launch of the agroforestry network that happened in November 2016. And I think that this is sort of a surprise story. It started from our workshop that we organized with our partners in Gothenburg. And it was a long day of talks about agroforestry systems and how do we scale agroforestry systems and how do we adapt them to market solutions, and we even had a theoretical system scientists there. And so it also happened that the representative of the Gothenburg City Administration was there as well. And then after the workshop, they contacted our partners in Focali and asked them to advise them and assist on initiating agroforestry around the city of Gothenburg, which eventually grew into the Agroforestry Congress and into the creation of Agroforestry Network. And the third story I want to tell about is the work on food waste. You probably have heard about the Global Food Waste and Losses Protocol that was launched in June 2016, last year. It's the first ever initiative to track and monitor food waste and losses created for businesses and actors along the supply chain to to track and capture their food losses, and all done in an internationally consistent manner so the results of the reviews can be compatible to each other. And I'm very proud to say that one of our expert groups contributed to the creation of this standard. So that is what I mean by doing more with less. That, I think, the stories, they represent the network approach in action. And then when I was asked to prepare this talk, to tell where SIANI is now, I was thinking, where is actually SIANI now? And I started to think about all the people that are going to be in the room today, that are here today, and about the people who are watching us from online, about everyone who works with us. So if you're here in the room, look around and meet each other's eyes. If you are in somewhere in front of the screen, maybe look inside yourself and focus on this moment, because that is where SIANI is now. And I think it's an amazing feeling. I think that it's a network spirit. And I think it's the joy of working together and sharing our success together. And I want us all to celebrate it today. Thank you.